This episode of the Aztec Legacy Show is brought to you by the Superb Network and Superb Sportswear. Log on to superbsportswear.com. Be superb in Superb Sportswear.
Legacy, 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 legacy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Aztec Legacy Show with Robert Ortiz, also known as DJ Mystery. And today I got a special guest, my brother, my little brother.
What's up, man?
Hold on, I didn't even say your name yet. Hold on, you can't say what's up yet.
I know.
Hold on. Little brother, wide out for life, baller, business. What are you, entrepreneur?
It's a whole bubble, man. I know why you kind of get stumbled up because like, where do I go? What direction do I go, man? I'm just an all-encompassing vibe.
But
I'm
he was also
businessman.
my fellow slot receiver. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
Mr. Ramal Porter, welcome
up,
to the
y'all?
show.
What's up, brother?
Now this show is about bringing some light to your journey to San Diego State. Not necessarily while you were there, but just to San Diego State.
The journey leading up until.
Yeah, like how you got there, because we have some hopefully future Aztecs out there that might be in the same position you were back then, and they might need help with their decision making. You know?
I got you.
So that's what this show is about.
All right,
and we kind of putting San Diego State up on game as well, because I don't know if the people on campus remember who Ramal Porter was.
I'm not
school.
Listen,
you know what
man,
I'm saying?
I'm old, guys. Okay, a lot of things have happened since I've been there. You feel me? But
see, I don't like to say old. I like to say better.
Seasoned. I've been hearing the new word now is seasoned. Yeah, like hey, I'm not old. I'm seasoned.
I like that
you feel me?
I like that too.
But yeah, right.
All right, so we're gonna start off first with number one. Where you from, and maybe what kind of sports you played growing up.
Okay, I'm from Los Angeles, California. Okay. By way of the Valley. Growing up, man, I was in all types of sports. You know, very first sport I was in off the rip, I think everybody probably put their kid in, was baseball. Baseball was way too boring for me, bro. Once they took that shit off the tee, it wasn't for me no more. I need action. So started off with baseball. Honestly, my first love was basketball, though, because, you know, I'm a 90s baby, so it was all about Jordan and anything he had going on. Okay. So I was definitely a hooper all the way up into my early years in high school. So I'm a late bloomer in football. Oh, okay. Okay, so my first year playing football was 9th grade. I was always playing in the parks and, you know, in the streets with the homies playing pickup football and whatnot. But moms would never let me play because I was too small, you know, according to her. But you know what I'm saying? I got big dog. Oh, okay. Inside, you feel me? I got a big dog inside.
To you were small. Yeah. To everybody else.
Yeah. So, like I said, coming up, I was really mainly a basketball first type of guy. You know what I'm saying? But once I got to high school, a lot of things changed. One, football season was first in high school. So all my homies in the summertime are going to football practice, and I'm like, man, I'm stuck at the crib. I'm like, man, I might as well just go to the football practice with these guys because I don't got nothing to do in the summer. So that was one of the main reasons that I got into football, was just basically timing. Yeah, the timing and the homies, you know, I wanted to kick it with them. And then, man, when I got to high school, these dudes playing basketball, man, these dudes is easy. 6'1" already, 6'2", 6'3". Yeah. So once I saw that height difference in high school, I was like, ugh, man, these dudes is a little bigger than I remember back in middle school. So, yeah, man. My first year of football in 9th grade, I mean, I just took off, man. I was, you know, did pretty decent my freshman year, you know. So I stuck with it, man. You know, I was getting. You had
to adjust when you saw the genetics wasn't quite.
Yeah, man. There. When I was just seeing, you know, what benefited me most. Yeah, I had to pivot, you know, real quick. Shout out to the homies at Pivot. You know, I had to bust a quick left, and I found myself on the football field, man, and I loved it. And
all right, so before we go to football, what was your position in basketball?
I was playing guard. I was a guard. You know what I'm saying? I was
trying to be distributing, or you could be the guy.
I was definitely ball hogging.
Let's get straight.
Yeah. I was trying to get the ball in the bucket. I was trying to get straight to the cup. I had pretty solid defense. I was a solid ball handler, but you know, once you get to, like I said, the 9th grade level, skill really starts to really show itself. And I knew at that point the street ball and all the and one tricks wasn't gonna get it done. So I was like, man, I'm about to go to this football field and see what it do, man. So I figured it out there, brother.
Nice. See, one thing that people always ask me now is like, am I gonna let my son play? And
right.
to be honest, I'm not. I'm like your mama.
You're
like,
not going to let him play.
Nah.
So it's not even like I'm gonna leave the door open if he finds his way.
He's already found his way 25 times with his friends.
Right.
You know, like he wants to play and he actually got some skills. But you just proved to me that you can wait.
No, you can for sure wait.
I think it.
My son is 4 right now, bro, and he loves football. Like, to me, like you're saying, it's kind of scary how he picked it up. I'm not one pushing on him doing nothing. He's just finding his way to that door. He's all about it. But like myself, my son, he's an undersized kid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to teach him early. When he falls on the ground, when he makes a little nick, the first thing I say to him, like, hey, man, that's what football feels like. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to play football, you're going to have to start getting used to this pain and all these things that are happening. So I'm trying to get him mentally established before the physical stuff kicks in, but just to help maintain and supply that mentality towards what it means to be on the football field. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but I feel you. I do want to wait.
You never know what kind of football player you have until that first hit.
Until that first hit, brother. That's what I'm like. You're going to find out what he's made of. When that first, his older cousin is a lot bigger than him, so I let them rough it up, rough house play around. I just see how he acclimates himself to it. He's all about it. He's really reactive and responsive. He's more embarrassed than he is hurt when he's crying. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
So when I resonate there, I'd be like, all right, man, you're a pretty tough kid. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to keep on watering that seed, seeing what happens. Again, not pushing him towards it, but he looks like he's all about it. Yeah. So it's making me just be like, man, you know what you're in for, big dog?
Right. So growing up, who were the athletes that you looked up to the most?
Oh, Michael Jordan, hands down. He was the end-all, be-all for all athletes. I definitely still tapped into football, so obviously all your top-name guys back in the day, your Deons, your Calvin Johnsons. I'm really an Andre Johnson and a Steve Smith fan myself. I know me and my buddies get in heated debates about their top 5 receivers, and I got a pretty particular group. I'm not saying that these are the best guys, but these are my guys.
Can we share that on the podcast?
My guys.
Can we share it?
My top 5.
This is Ramal Porter.
Ramal Porter.
Top 5 wide receivers of all time.
Okay, we're gonna go with the one hands down, Randy.
Candy sauce.
Candy sauce is there. Randy.
You know I got to play with them, right?
Facts. I know you did. I know a couple of y'all got to
play
Randy.
I got his jersey.
I know, man. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I might let it go for
all right. So Randy, Ocho Cinco, Andre Johnson. Oh, it starts to get scary now. Mm-hmm. Those are my guys. Calvin Johnson. Oof. Did I say Steve Smith?
Not yet.
Steve Smith. Those are my guys. Those are my guys.
You left Jerry Rice out there.
I left Jerry out. I left Jerry out because when you're talking about GOATs, like he is that. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really take in a lot of Jerry content.
Okay. I'm just saying.
So I know Jerry's
I just
GOAT.
Noticed you left him out.
No,
I wasn't saying you had to put
because
him in
when
there.
they say who's a GOAT, you're like, oh, Jerry's a GOAT, Tom's a GOAT. You know who's a GOAT. But like my 5 guys, if they say, hey, call your 5 guys and get them over the line, these are my 5 guys.
I'm gonna be honest. Those 5 guys.
Talk to me, Rob.
If you had 5 Jerry Rices, those 5 guys would destroy it.
If you have 5 Jerry,
they all have
let me go again.
Gifts.
We got Randy. We got Calvin.
Andre.
We got Andre. We got Ocho Cinco and Steve Smith. Come on, man.
Steve Smith is beating everybody up.
I'm talking I'm giving you that's what I'm saying. I put my guys out there. They giving you everything. You're right, brother.
You're right. Okay. So
those are my 5
Michael
guys.
Jordan and those 5.
Michael Jordan and those 5 guys.
Okay, I got it.
You feel me?
So how about in your community or in your house? Like who are the people that influenced you the most?
Coming up, growing up, I'd have to say for sure my mother. You know what I'm saying? She was a hard-working black woman. You know what I'm saying? She definitely showed me what it takes to just get up and get it done, and also what it meant about teamwork. My mom was really heavy on teamwork, and really, as us having a family, always coming together. She didn't leave any space for a divide in the family. If there's ever issues that we had, we always had to bring it to the table and get it hashed out immediately. You know what I'm saying? So we could hurry up and move forward. So those qualities, once I moved into, you know, my sports career, helped me just understand the mentality that I have and the commitment that I have to my teammates, you know, that you have a job that you got to do, and regardless of how upset you are at a teammate or what's going on, let's get that, you know, hashed out and out of the way so we can, you know, figure out what we got to do to win. And then in the competitive space, I would have to say it was my track coach from high school. He definitely downloaded that dog in me. You know what I'm saying? I'll say to this day that I've never been a part of any type of workouts or training sessions that were as hard and physically draining as his, as far as well as mentally, you know what I'm saying, pushing you to, you know, just see what you can get out of your body and continue
Shout him out, man. Shout him out.
Coach Caruth, what's up, doggy? My high school coach. And I would really probably lean towards them too as being heavy influences for, you know, where I was leading to up until my college career.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get back to now. You choose to play football in high school because your friends were there.
Facts.
So I want to know, was there any shock value? Was there anything that you were like, oh hell no, what did I get myself into?
Honestly, I'm not gonna front. Football came fairly easy to me, to be honest. The shock value was more on defense. And it was just understanding, like, when that smack, them stingers, you know what I'm saying? You might get hit real hard and lose your air, you know what I'm saying? Acclimating myself to that, I just felt like, I think me being older allowed me to just get over it. You know what I'm saying? When I think when you're younger, 5, 6, 7 years old, things like that happen and they kind of shake your world up. And maybe it already mentally goes, all right, man, I don't know if I want to get into this every single day. But by the time I'm in 9th grade, I'll be honest, I've been in fights before. I've been, you know, kind of in situations to where I physically felt where my wherewithal, where my threshold was. So, to get acclimated in that space wasn't that difficult for me. Obviously, I play receiver. It wasn't a super high contact position. So,
and then my next question. I didn't know what position you played.
Oh yeah, I came in right off the rip. I came out right off the rip at receiver and DB. Receiver and DB. I mean, at the end of the day, I was always fast. Like from ever since I was little, I was always the fastest kid in my class, fastest kid in school. Up until I got to San Diego State, and you know the story about that. But you know what I'm saying, I wasn't far down. I was literally one tick. I was only one tick.
One tick?
Yeah, we know the guy. You know the guy.
Hey, I don't know the guy. I don't know.
Fellow Aztecs out there might know the guy.
Number 5.
I don't really speak his name. I don't say his name that much.
Let's just say number 5.
Number 5, they know that guy. Whatever, dog. But yeah, man, I was always fast, bro. So that was, you know, my claim to fame, I would have to say at the end of the day. Obviously, I would even honestly say something that I probably leaned on more to what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you kind of take advantage of something. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that was your go-to.
It was my go-to thing. And when I felt like when I got older, there could have been a lot of facets of my game that I could have honed in on. But I'm fast. I don't got to worry about that. Man, I'm gonna be down the field or whatever by the time I got to figure whatever.
But then
everybody
else got faster.
You feel me?
No, I get it. So you came out wide out DB corner. And okay, let's talk about that. What was your better position?
Oh, receiver, I'm better with the ball in my hand. I mean, I want the ball in my hand at the end of the day. Yeah. Was I a good DB? I was a solid DB in high school. And I mean, I just did it because I could. You know, coach wanted me out there. You know, you want to be a part of the defense. You see what's going on. But at the end of the day, I always wanted to play receiver. I always wanted to have the ball in my hands and score touchdowns.
In high school, you played both ways.
Yeah, you just got to do what you got to do. And I'm saying I was solid. I mean, like I said, I would have to say I locked up. I locked up some pretty, you know, high-name guys when I was in high school. I remember one of the top receivers back in coming out of L.A. was Steve Smith, who went to SC. Yeah. And we had our battles in high school because we went to rival high schools. So I always want to, you know, base my DB skill level being able to lock a guy like that down. So I was like, yo, yeah, if I was locking this dude in high school, I know I could have went to the next level and figured it out.
So, did you lock him?
Oh yeah, no, we definitely, out of the 3 years that we played each other, we went back and forth. I want to say that I got the upper hand because I never lost to them, and I got a pick on him, and I went up top on him. He just went up top on me, but he went up top on me for like 60 though. Okay. I went up top on him for like a 20-yard like fade type shit, and I got a pick. Yeah. But then the next year at their house, he went up top on me for like 60, like a bomber, like So like, you know what I'm saying? That's still my dog to this day. Shout out Smitty, what's up, boy? But yeah, we had our battles back in high school for sure.
That's dope. So growing up in the LA area though, I feel like you would have some great battles with some other
there was other talent out there players for sure. I mean, I just want to say during my, you know what I'm saying, during my era, there was definitely a switching in the guards, should you say. The talent was moving from the LA city area to the valley where we were at. Mm-hmm. So during that time, I would want to say that I was one of the top athletes coming out of the city. You know, Steve Smith was one of the top athletes coming out of the city. A lot of the guys we all intermingled with one another. So like we were the best dudes playing each other at that time. Mm-hmm. And so in track is definitely where I was able to see the talent that all of the state had to, you know, get ready to see or just compete against. The Reggie Bushes, the Matt Brunos, the Sammy Parkers, you know what I'm saying? The Derek Jones, you know, those type of guys. Mm-hmm. I saw those guys in track.
So you did football, track. Did you still do basketball?
I played basketball my senior year just to get it out of my system. I told my coach, like, hey man, I just want to play basketball 1 year. So my senior year I played varsity, started. And I was just out there having fun, to be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hoop?
I could hoop. That's what I'm saying.
Did you hoop on the side the first 3 years of high school?
Oh, like in high school? Yeah, just playing around with the homies. We had a tournament at high school. It was like a 3-on-3 lunch tournament. And me and the homies beat the whole school, beat the basketball team and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I said,
why didn't you play basketball? I don't understand.
In between the seasons, bro. Once football was over, once I was in 9th grade and football was over, our running back coach was our track coach. So as soon as football was over, he's like, hey man, y'all get your winter vacation and we on the track. Like, I'm not playing none of that basketball shit, Especially his dudes that he knows fast. You don't even got a question. You get a couple weeks off for Christmas and all that, and then we on this track.
Option to even
and then, you know about track has an indoor season.
Like, you know, Nate Robinson.
Oh, Nate or something. Yeah, man. Girls wasn't checking for the hoopers like that, Rob. I'm gonna keep it 100. They are now, but back then the girls was checking for football and track, and then the girls was running track.
Oh, so the real motivation comes out.
Yeah, you feel I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You come right for football season, and then all your little homies, you know what I'm saying, they go to track practice, and you track practice. Oh, okay, let's go. Oh, the girls is at track practice. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're all in this together. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm with this. Yeah, I can do this. I can.
I get it.
And it's the fast girls. So you're like, oh, this is the top. This is cream of the crop.
All right.
You feel me?
All right. I get it.
You get it.
All right. So, what are some of the habits, good and bad, that you may have developed in high school that benefited you going forward into college?
I definitely want to say some of the habits, good and bad. So good, I want to say that, again, understanding what it is to come from a system of putting the team before yourself, right? So I was definitely one, again, maybe even to some of my default, somebody who was all about the team and all about doing things. When I got to college, I didn't realize that you had to have a level of taking care of your own business first. And then engaging with your team and doing whatever you could do for your team. If you weren't taking care of yourself and you weren't doing everything that you needed to do, you couldn't be of service to your team how they needed you to be. I didn't understand that. I was all about what are we doing as a team and what's going on, or only wanting to do something if my teammate was doing it, okay, let's do it. Not realizing that, hey man, sometimes you gotta get out there by yourself and go run some routes. Sometimes you gotta hit the weight room yourself and go do a couple extra because you know you couldn't get off the press because you know, oh boy, he gets you every time. Are you gonna figure that out? Or are you just gonna cross your fingers and hope one day you get him? So definitely, like I said, it was a strength and a weakness of mine being so team oriented. I think my track background allowed me to get on the field early. I think just my speed as a weapon, period, was something that I knew that I had, but that's something that I wasn't afraid of. I stood on that. I was confident, and I think that confidence helped me. So, you know, coming from high school, being an athlete, like I said, around the type of athletes that we exuded a level of confidence, and I think that helped me going into college. Some habits that I wish that I actually would have honed in on more was studying more as far as the game of football, because I was a late bloomer. I was behind the ball when it comes to actually the education of football. And when I got to the next level, you just being fast wasn't going to cut it anymore. So being able to grasp the concepts of football, grasp zones, grasp man, grasp not running full speed all the time, grasp controlling my speed, those are things that I feel like I didn't hone into, and just was like, man, I'm fast, dude. At the end of the day, just give me the ball and let me do what I do. So those are things that I would tell the young dudes out there, man. If you're a fast dude and you're somebody who's leaning on that, bro, it's going to put you in a whole nother stratosphere if you hone in on your craft like you're a slow guy, like you're you know.
Well, you can have that superpower in your back pocket.
In your back pocket.
When you really need it.
When you really need
but
to do
if
it.
you develop your weaknesses,
your other skills,
it's gonna make you super.
It's gonna make you super. Yeah, it was the two things that I knew that I was, you know, I could hold my hat on. I know that I was a gamer. That was another thing too. I knew I was a gamer. I knew that if the lights was on, I was definitely gonna figure out how to make it happen. Two, I knew I could catch the ball, like actually lean on that, like, dog, I can catch the rock. Like, it's not just, I got to figure out, like, I can catch the rock. So it's like, boom, I'm fast, I can catch the rock. It was the intermediate things when we get to, like I said, really being a receiver, holding on to your craft, that I wish I took more pride into really setting up a release, more pride into really, if you really kill them off the release, reestablish your vertical and get back on track so you can get them again in the route. You can get them twice in the route.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get off, you get excited because you're like, I killed them on the release. Now you just running, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't expect it.
Yeah, you didn't expect it. Now you're just, nah, man, Newton, you got to know that was going to happen. Reestablish your vertical and give them something at the top of that shit too. So it's like, it's understanding, and it wasn't until I got out of college and I ran into a dude named Coach C who coached Ocho Cinco. And I trained with him for about 2 months, man, and that dude changed my whole outlook on being a receiver. And at that point, you out of the league, you trying to get back, and I'm trying to scratch to get back, Rob. Like, dog, if anybody gives me a chance, I'm about to dog these dudes because of all the knowledge I had acquired from him in those 2 months, you know what I'm saying? And it was just really about being confident, bro.
Well, shout him out. Maybe you can help somebody
Coach
else
C,
out.
Coach C, what's up, dude? I don't know if you out there. I mean, everybody knows about him. He coached Ocho Cinco, TJ Huzmanzada, to name a few. The homie James Finley, you know, back in the day. So everybody, if you're a receiver and you're out here, you should know who Coach C is. For sure.
All right, so let's get into your recruiting.
Oh man!
So, well, actually,
how much can we divulge?
Wait, pause.
Oh, okay.
Let's so freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Which one was your best year?
Oh, damn, that's crazy because it's probably between my sophomore and freshman year. It sounds crazy because you should have got better as you got.
Yeah, but that people also, you also, like I always say in basketball, like the NBA, you get on that scouting report.
Early.
They treat you a little differently.
Yeah, big facts. But yeah, I want to say, my first 2 years were probably my better years at San Diego State, and that was just
not San Diego State. I'm talking about in high school.
In high school.
Yeah.
Oh, what was my best year in high school? Damn, probably my junior year, to be honest. And my senior year, I was like, I don't know if you want to say hot and cold. So I was more consistent my junior year.
Okay.
My junior year, I was probably coming out. I could probably give you, we got to put 10, 11 game schedule. I probably went for 100 plus yards, like at least 9 of those games. You know what I'm saying? Had at least a touchdown or two, and average throughout those games. I probably finished my junior year, I think, with like 10 touchdowns. Now my senior year, I was just kind of spotty. Like I would do something like go off for a game for 3 touchdowns, and maybe the next game don't do nothing. Then another game get a pick and 2 touchdowns and do maybe nothing the next game. And then the next game, a punt return, you know what I'm saying? So like my senior year was just more of like up and down, whether now, like you're saying, I'm a highlighted individual. They know maybe I go against one team to where they're like, we're going to do everything for this kid not to do what he does and let the rest of the team get off. So I was definitely more like roller coaster in my senior year, but I had like games my senior year too. It was like, dog, this dude went off this game. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, my junior year I was more consistent in production, and my senior year it was just like, yeah, one day they might have, like I said, had a dude over top of me and a dude down low, and I'm just like, hey man, run the ball, or let's just keep on going to my other homie. And then one day I'm like, oh, we caught their ass slipping today. Get a punt return, go for a bomb or something. So
absolutely. And all right, so now we get into recruiting. When did they start recruiting? Like what year?
So I was wanting to say I was probably a late bloomer recruit because of my schooling, so grades, right? So guys, get your grades together, man. Me being an adult, it was so simple, but I was a kid that wanted to do everything, man. I didn't want to miss the party. I wanted to be at the homie's house. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do every single thing, not just, hey man, take 2 days off and get your homework done so you can go to these bigger schools, you know what I'm saying? So I want to tell y'all dudes, man, make sure you get your grades knocked out, bro. The shit is easy. Can we cuss? The stuff is easy, man. The shit is easy, bro. You know, at this time, the way they got school set up these days, I watch my daughter, she's in homeschool. The way I see they got it set up these days, man, it's just like a click of a button. The answer's a click of a button away. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, get your schooling together, bro. But at the end of the day, yeah, I was a late bloomer. I got recruited late by San Diego State. Not late, but early, but I don't think they thought they were high on the recruiting list because of the other high-named schools that were on the list. A lot of schools wanted me to go on track.
Yeah, we want to hear those, man.
I got recruited by...
You saying it, but who
I talk to you because I'm like, you know me.
I don't know you.
Y'all don't know you,
They don't know you, so we got to give them...
Facts, I got you. I got recruited by all the top schools in California: UCLA, USC, Stanford, Oregon, Washington State, Fresno State, all the guys. You know what I'm saying? I went on my recruiting trip. I went to UCLA, SC, Nevada, and San Diego State. By the time I was really getting down to it, because like I said, I was still trying to get my grades together. So a lot of those schools hopped off when they seen that, I was taking too long, getting my grades together.
Now, we know where you went, but where did you want to go?
Oh, no. So let me tell you the story. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story.
Let's run it.
So 9th grade, coming back off of spring break, 9th grade. Some of the older upperclassmen come back, they're talking about spring break. This dude said, bro, it was crazy. We was in San Diego. We went to San Diego State. That school is lit. It's out of control. So me and the homies was like, what? They went to San Diego State spring break? Oh, that's crazy. So we're thinking like, this is something we want to do next spring break. We know how to get down to San Diego. So we're like, oh, how was it? Dog, it was crazy. Now we both know what they're talking about, but imagine hearing this back then. Dog, we were at San Diego State. The shit was nuts. They were having a party at a 7-Eleven. They were partying out of the back of a 7-Eleven. I was like, what? They were partying at a 7-Eleven, but now you know the 7-Eleven right there with Jack in the Box. Yeah. You know the big ass parking lot right next to the sororities and all that, how it gets stupid cracking right there. So absolutely. I'm like, all I hear is they were partying at a 7-Eleven out of the back of a 7-Eleven, and this shit was crazy. Me and my homie looked at each other and said, dog, we're going to San Diego State. Like, hands down. Like, it's not even a question. So that's in 9th grade. So you got to imagine.
So you already had that seed planted. I already had the
seed planted, bro. So when we get into recruiting, and I go to SC, I go to UCLA, yeah, that's cool. But they're not showing me like, hey, what's really going on? It's like, okay, you're walking around the buildings. It's cool. We went to a couple parties, but these are still. I'm showing you what you want. I'm just saying these are still LA parties, bro. So I'm from LA, so like I'm not doing anything in the competition level. These are big dogs. I'm still a little pup in LA, so I'm like, this. I'm not gonna get nothing out of this. So anyway, we go to so I ended up getting recruited. Go to San Diego State. The first thing that got me is I went on a little private jet. I flew out of Van Nuys Airport on a little like 20-seater. Yeah. Felt like I was the man, bro. You absolutely. Feel me? So we got a 20-seater, quick 30-minute flight. Oh, I felt like I was prime time when I hopped off the. Got the coach. Oh, let me get your bag, son. Oh yeah. I was like, oh, I like this already. Like, So bam, man. At the end of the day, yeah, San Diego State did a good job of their presentation. Mm-hmm. They did a great presentation, man. And I was sold. Like I said, we got there. Hollered at Coach Kraft. Coach Kraft told me everything I wanted to hear, man. Hey, man, we see you adding value to our offense immediately. We already got JR, we got Kasim. Those guys led the nation, so you know we're going to throw the ball. I'm going to get you the ball. Like, he's basically came in there and game me up like a little chick, man, like he was trying to date me. Like, hey, man, I'm going to tell you everything you want to hear, man. And so I was just like, dang, okay, I'm with this. I went to all my other trips. They weren't talking to me like that. They were just giving me that, oh, you like it here? This is what we do. This type of school we have. You know what I'm saying? You're a good guy. No, Coach Kraft got right to it. Like, hey, this is what I see you doing here.
Yeah, you felt the love.
Yeah, man. Get you here quick. Man. So, I was hosted by the infamous Kirk Morrison.
Oh my! So they really wanted you if they put you with the captain
and the number 5 guy.
Oh yeah, that number 5 guy.
That guy too. Yeah. So they hosted me. So me walking around, going around campus with these guys, I'm like, okay, so this is what I should expect. I was feeling real He Got Game-ish. Has anybody seen He Got Game? I'm not going to go into detail, but it was real He Got Game-ish.
Absolutely.
In my atmosphere and what was going on in the environment. You feel me?
Hook, line, and sinker. That's what that means.
It hooked me right on. So yeah, I woke up the next day, right after, you go, you hang out with the guys the night before.
No, I don't know, man. I didn't get to do all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I was on your level, but hey,
I know,
it is what it is.
So let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, tell me what happened.
They take you out, painting the town red and black.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, man. So my homies here showed me a good time, man. Got me in the party. It was JR's birthday. Got me into JR's party.
Was it after the UCLA game?
No. When was JR's birthday?
Oh, it's in January.
No, it was
January.
Yeah. So it was JR's birthday. Mind you, I'm gonna tell you, JR, you big time me at your birthday, bro. I'm gonna let you slide because it was your birthday, but he was the first dude that I was like, oh, I don't like him. Okay. Like everybody else, it was lit. Bro, yeah, okay. I met JR, I was like, I'm off this guy. But it was his birthday, so this is back in the day when when Jay-Z had it pumping. He had the button downs and your sneakers on. Yeah, JR thought he had braids. He thought he was Ludacris or something. I don't know. He had his glasses on. I was like, hey, what's up, JR? Nice to meet you. Yeah, what's up, dog? Ooh, I was like, damn.
This sounds like you were hurt, man.
I was hurt because he was the receiver. I'm with defensive dudes all my whole recruiting trip. So I'm waiting to see one of my guys. They take me to JR's party. I'm thinking I ain't in before the love. Hey, man, what's up, dog? I was like, man, fucked up. I went and sat in the corner.
Well, I hope you get a chance to work out those issues.
Oh, no. JR's my big homie now.
Oh, okay. Now it sounds like you're still hurt, though.
No, I'm definitely not still hurt. I don't think I ever, shared, my story, my side of the story.
I'm glad you chose to do it on my show.
I feel like this is a safe space.
Yeah, it is a safe space. All right, so Kirk and number 5 did their thing.
Kirk and the other guy on 5,
They got you.
So yeah, they showed me a good
hook,
time,
line,
man.
and sinker.
They told me they needed me to come. They told me if I came, it really changed things around. So I said, man, all right, man, I'll fuck with y'all. I need number 5. And they said they was gonna do what they can to make sure that happened, and they swindled me, Rob. That was the first sign that I knew not to trust the defense.
Were you number 5 in high school?
I was number 5 in high school, yeah. And I came and I specifically said, I told Coach Kraft, hey man, I got some stipulations. He said, hey man, I'm gonna send you to the guys you need to talk to. Came in, oh yeah, I'm gonna figure it out, man.
Number 5 was.
And I got here.
Like
man. It's respectable. It's respectable, Rob. It's respectable, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell my side of the story. He can tell his.
Okay, all right.
At the end of the day, we know how it ended, but I'm not gonna take away my truth.
So what number were you at San Diego State?
I was number 2. I took the 5 and I turned it upside down. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? I got creative.
What happened after number 5 left?
I just didn't want it no more.
Oh, it was...
Yeah. It was just, I was already, I was solidified. I was happy where I was at. You know what I'm saying? He did what he did, and I didn't feel like I had to come behind him and, have to, talk, hey, was you, hey, I thought he was.
You didn't want to have to do all that? All right, got it. So, fast forward to now. You haven't chosen. Did you choose?
On the trip? Of the day, on that trip, leaving San Diego, I had 2 more trips after that. 2 more trips after that. When I left San Diego State, I knew where I was signing, bro. At the end of the day, so Yeah,
so you chose San Diego State.
Chose that, sign. Now, I had a little hiccup with, again, my academic situation. The way my academic account was set up was, wasn't definitely necessarily up to date. So I had a couple structural situations that had to get fixed a little bit. You feel me? Okay, so it basically caused me to have to take my first semester off. A hiatus, let's say.
So you came in.
So I came in mid. I came in the spring and played spring ball. And that was when I think you were going into your redshirt sophomore year. Okay. That's what I was killing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. Tell the people. Let the people know. He's out there killing. But yeah, that's when I came in, and I actually got hurt in the springtime, busted my finger. That put me down in the spring, and then I came back summer camp, and we was rocking. I got started as a freshman going into that next season. And I got solid playing time as a freshman. It was a learning experience, you know what I'm saying?
So what were some of the challenges that you faced from high school to
going to college?
College, yeah.
The politics of it, understanding that you are a product that needs to produce, and that family stuff is like what they have to tell you to get you there. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, this is the next level to show you that this is a business. Mm-hmm. And so that was definitely a learning curve that I had to acclimate myself to. Did I do the best at it? I would have to say no. I would have to say that, again, I walked around taking my talent for granted. And because of that, I didn't see eye to eye with some of my coaching staff because, again, like I told you earlier, I'm like, man, I'm a gamer, man. When the game is on, we rocking. Cause like I know, you don't got speed on this team, and the other guys on the other side. Yeah. So we know at the end of the day, this is what it boils down to. Understanding, like I said, my football knowledge, I shouldn't have been walking around like that, bro. Mm-hmm. I should have been way more humble. I definitely had to show my gratitude for the game, knowing that just because I'm fast doesn't mean that it puts me in any type of elite status that has me not having to follow certain rules, not having to adhere to certain guidelines that you need to adhere to be able to be a Division I athlete.
Got it.
You get what I'm saying?
And what was your favorite part about San Diego State? My favorite part was my bros, to be honest with you. I mean, I always tell people about what was going on at San Diego State. Like I said, were there things that I took part in that attributed to me not maybe ending my career how I wanted to? Yes. But were there also interworkings in the San Diego State infrastructure that also led to that? Yes. So my favorite part that I won't take away from nothing is my bros. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely.
My bros.
Absolutely.
My guys, that's my favorite part.
I think that was my favorite part.
Yeah, I can't say that it was a moment like, oh yeah, I remember this moment. All I can remember is no matter how much the shit sucked, we got through it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember one of our slogans is like, when we be on that plane after a loss or something, like, oh, we gonna win. Oh, we gonna win tonight. You feel me? So like understanding that, we
that means.
Oh, we gonna win tonight. You feel me?
I know what it means, but we ain't gonna explain that one.
But building that camaraderie with my bros, these are my dudes that I still rock with 25 years later. I built my foundation. Man. Yeah, man, that's crazy, dog. Shoot. I make it look good though, Rob. I'm telling you though. I just got carded at 7-Eleven like 3 days ago. Right after New Year. Right after 2023 hit, I went and got me a little something. Could I get a card? You know what, brother? You can. Get this shit for you.
So if you could call yourself at 18 years old, get on the phone.
Get on the trail.
Call yourself at 18. What would you tell yourself?
Bro, you got this in the bag. Just go harder. That's what I was just saying.
But what does harder mean?
Oh, if I'm talking to myself, so I know what that means.
We don't know what that means.
So what that means is you got this in the bag, just go harder. Is at 18, I definitely doubted myself. My confidence level, even though I walked with it, I did a good job of acting like I knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. Because of just the environment that I was always in coming up and being raised, I always did a good job of putting on a good poker face, like, yeah, I got this. But at the end of the day, inside, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. That's why I did a lot of following around and didn't do nothing until somebody else did it, because I didn't know what the fuck to do at the end of the day. So if I could get on the phone with my 18-year-old self, I'd be like, bro, you do know what to do. You got it. Just go harder. Like, again, going harder just means at practice, go harder. In the weight room, go harder. In the classroom, go harder. In every aspect of where it is, you're gonna go. You got it. Just go harder, and everything's gonna. That's what I feel like I didn't do. I just did enough. Okay. I just did. Okay, what's the time we got to make? Okay, I beat that time. Yeah. All right. How much should my weight lift? How I weigh 165. How much should I lift? I bet I lift that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Doing the bare minimum.
Doing the minimum just to make sure you're in the crowd. I made it. I passed. I'm a part of this. Cool, but not wanting to challenge anything and go, but wait, can I do better? Can I do some more reps? Can I do another lap?
Do you think you would have listened?
If it was me, if my 18-year-old self
yourself right now is calling your 18-year-old self. Would you at 18 listen to yourself as an older?
Yeah, because that's what I was looking for, bro. I was looking for a mentor. I was looking for somebody to be like, hey man, I'm already here. You could get there. Just do this, dog. And I mean, I say that to this day when I'm talking about the culture of San Diego State. Maybe this might be the breeding ground for that. But the culture of San Diego State of having dudes to come around that holds these little dudes accountable. But when those little dudes look at these dudes, we hold of an aesthetic that's respectable. That's like, hey man, I really want to hear what my guy has to say. This is not like no howdy doody come in with the polo. Hey guys, like I went to San Diego State back in '85. Yeah. And then we went to be like, nah, dude, you want to talk to some dudes who was just hot off of that thing. You know what I'm saying? And they're coming back and being like, this is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And so that level of mentorship, again, like I said, to hold these kids accountable, but also, show them that, hey, I was in your position. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what you're thinking, bro. But now that I'm out of it and I'm not all caught up in the whirlwind of it, take this bar. Hey, man, 2 days a week, just go do some shit by yourself. Yeah. By yourself. Go sneak off from the homies at night. I remember Jeff Webb. You know Jeff Webb? I remember he used to tell me that.
I know Jeff Webb. Come on, bro.
I remember he used to tell me that. Sometimes he would wake up and we would have 6 a.m. Workouts, and I would go knock on his door to wake him up, and he was already like up in the whole thing. I'd be like, what you doing? You ready? He was like, yeah, but he wouldn't say nothing. He would come at the end of the day and then be like, yeah, you know where I was earlier today? I'd be like, no, where was you at some girl's house or something? No, bro, I was out there running routes. I couldn't sleep. I woke up like at 5 and I was out there running routes. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I know that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? There's no point for him to lie to me. But at the end of the day, it's like taking that little bit. I know number 5 told me that before. He would just get up and just go do something random. When everybody's at the house chilling, he'll go get some laps in or go do something extra. Yeah. So that's what I would say to my younger self, and what I listen as my younger self for sure, bro. Because I was always looking for some part of an edge, but I was looking for it from somebody that I respected and I admired in that space. So I know I for sure would have listened.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, sharing your journey.
I appreciate you, brother.
We got to have you back, though. Like, I'm trying to organize it to the point where I could get a couple of y'all on the show.
You have to get a bigger room.
No, definitely.
For all that energy.
But luckily we have Studio A and Studio B.
You feel me?
So we got it. We got it already. You know what I'm saying? Superb Network. Holla at us if you need some studio space. We in here.
Some studio space.
But at the end of the day,
creative consulting.
At the end of the day,
some sponsorship.
This show is about bringing out the legacy of San Diego State, like he just shared with us, and showing that there is guys out there that these young guys can reach out to that went to San Diego State, that have been through what they've been through.
Facts.
So bridging that gap, that's what the Aztec Legacy Show is all about. So again, appreciate you coming on.
My God.
This is Ramal Porter, Robert Ortiz.
Holla at your boy.
Number 2, number 80. We in here. Holla. Peace.
Legacy. 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 legacy, legacy, legacy.